Welcome back everyone. Today we will be going over John the Ripper room. John the Ripper, as all of you know, is a hash cracking tool. Task. The answer is very easy. It's asking what is the most popular extended version of John the Ripper. It is Jumbo John. So basically the tasks 1, 2, 3 are kinda easy, so we just have to start directly with task 4. So at task 4 we're given a file, a zip file, and the zip file contains multiple text files. In each text file there is a hash to crack. And here are the instructions, but we will save time and give you the right instructions to use them in order to find the passwords. Alright, so here we have hash 1, hash 2, hash 3, 4. We have to find the type of the hash and we have to find the password of the hash. Let's go over to my machine and scroll up. So, to find the type of the hash, let me open the new terminal and cat the first file, hash 1. This is the hash. How to find out the hash type? We can copy the hash and go online. So as you can see, the hash type is MD5 and it's giving you the password. You can use the answer directly, but in order to learn how to use John the Ripper, I suggest you go over the command line and perform the command. So, the command. So basically we start with John. Next we have to define the format using the switch -- format, and we define the type. It is row MD5. How do you know that we have to type row MD5? Not only why we can't type only MD5. So you have to stick to the rules and the formats listed out by John the Ripper. So basically we can determine the formats by typing John -- list formats. So these are the formats, right? Now, how about if you want to know the key or the value for a specific format? You can type grep -if MD5, and as you can see we have the MD5 hashes or the MD5 hash types. So for MD5 hash we pick up row MD5. That's how I came up with the command, and we specify the word list and the file containing the hash. Fast enough, the hash has been cracked and the password is biscuit. So that's how we crack hashes simply. We first define the format and then we apply the command. Next, what is the type of hash 2? So let's display the hash 2. So cat hash 2. We copy the hash. And we can also use hash identifier, paste. So the possible hashes are SHA1, MySQL 5. If you want to narrow down to one answer, you can go online and also use the online tool. Type in the hash and you see it's SHA1. That is the answer. Next one, what is the cracked value of hash 2? The same way, we use the same command, just we change the format, row SHA1. Again, how we came up with row SHA1, you just use, you list out the format and use grep instead of MD5, put SHA1 and you will find the correspondent format. So apply the command and the password is Kangiro. What type of hash is hash 3? So go to hash 3 now, cat hash 3. So the same way, SHA256. Now we specify it in the format, row SHA256, specify the word list and the hash file or the file that contains the hash, and this is the password. So we go over the rest the same way. We find the type of the hash for hash4.txt, it's whirlpool, and we find the password the same way. specify the format and the file, and you will find the password. Next one. This is easy. Cracking Windows authentication hashes. So Windows authentication hashes are of type NTLM. So in order to crack Windows hashes, you have first to extract them from the SAM database. Once you extract the passwords or the hashes from the SAM database, you can apply John the Ripper on them. So basically, if you go down, the file ntlm.txt contains the hashes. So if we cut this file, this is the NTLM password hash. So how we can crack it using John the Ripper? So the same format, instead, we modify the value assigned to the format switch. In the case of Windows NTLM, we use NT. And we specify the word list, we specify the hash containing file, and we apply the cracking, we find the password, this mushroom. So that's the difference actually, only you just change the format. Cracking etc shadow hashes, which is cracking Linux hashes. So to crack Linux hashes, you have to extract two files. The first one is the etc password and etc shadow. You extract both files to your machine, and then you use shadow tool. You specify the file, which is password, and specify the file, which is shadow, and you crack it. But another way to do that is to just extract the lines you are interested, the lines containing the user you are interested in cracking the hash, the hash for. So basically, in this example, they took from the password file, they took the line that contains the root user, and from the shadow file, they extracted the line that contains the hash of the root user. They put both this line and the other line in one file, and then they fed the file to John. Let me show you how to do it. So basically, so this file, it is etc hashes, cat etc hashes. As you can see, the first line is taken from the password, etc password file. The other line or the next line is taken from the shadow file. So both lines represents the root user. We can put them in one file, and then we can use John the Ripper to crack the hash. How to do that? The same format or the same command. Instead, we modify the file and we modify the format. Linux uses SHA 512 crypt algorithm for hashing the passwords. So we change the format to SHA 512 crypt. We specify the file that contains both lines we have extracted from the shadow and password file, and we hit enter to find the password of the root user. Alright, fair enough. Next one, single crack mode. So single crack mode is not for, is another way of cracking password hashes. So let's say that you have got a file, you have got here a file, alright. Let's go over the file. Let me remember the name of the file. Let me download. So it is #7. So go to #7. As you can see, #7 contains a hash, okay, and a username. Let's define the type of the hash first. So it is MD5. One way to crack this hash, you can just omit the username from the file and keep the hash, and then you can use the regular John the Ripper command specifying the format and specifying the word list. But suppose that you don't have a word list and you want to use another mode of John to find the password of this hash. What you can do is appending the username that is, or that whose hash belongs to, append the username, put a colon, and then the hash. So this format is for the use, or in the case you want to use John the Ripper single mode cracking. So in single mode, we don't specify a word list. There is no word list. John Derper single mode will take the file or the hash contained in the file as an input. And after you specify the format, John Derper will create its own word list based off the user. So it will create combinations of users, combinations of passwords based off the user. And then we will try to find the password. As you can see, the password is kind of similar to the username. And John Derper single mode is only able to find you the password of these hashes if the password is similar to the username, because that's how single mode works. The password is derived from the username. So that's how the single mode works. And of course, don't forget to answer with the password. All right, that's single mode. Custom rules. For custom rules, initially, custom rules is like single mode, right? But instead, in custom rules, you define your own custom rule. So basically, you can go over this reading here to understand how custom rules work. But initially, custom work by just taking your criteria. So if you have a password, for example, a password policy in your organization, say that, where is the password? Let me check out the password. Well, finding things in this reading is kind of hard. So this is the password, right? As you can see, this password contains multiple rules. The first rule is the first letter is capitalized or uppercase. The second rule is that the password ends with a number and with a symbol. So typically, if you see a password like that, and if single mode didn't work, and if you know that the organization from which you have harvested this password is using kind of password policy where a symbol and a number is appended to the end of the password and the first letter is capitalized, you can use a custom rule in John Derper. So custom rules in John Derper can be used for this purpose. How to locate the custom rules? So basically you can go to cat or cd etc john cat john.conf. As you can see, these are the rules used in John Derper. So let's go up. As you can see, you start the rule with this line. For example, this rule name is KDE paste. You can find the rules this way. Let's find another rule here. So this is another rule, also on password generator. So this John contains various and many rules to use in your password cracking journey. But if you want to create your own rules, just follow the scenario. There is no there is no challenge here to, there's no hash to crack. So just it's enough to if you go over the readings. Cracking zip files. So the zip file here name is secure. Let's see how we can crack the zip file. So let's go back. So we have a zip file called secure. Okay, zip file. How can we crack this file? So in zip files or in RAR files, first we have to convert the file into an appropriate hash so can John understand it. After converting the file into a hash, we can just crack it. So how to do that? So first we use a tool called zip to John. Okay, we specify the target file and we specify an output text file that will contain the hash converted from this file. Once we created the hash, we can check out the hash cat zip. So this is the hash, as you can see. Now you can just crack the hash by using John Derper. There is no need to define the format because the format is already defined here. You can just use John the Ripper, define the word list, and define the file that contains the hash extracted from the zip file, and you will find the password. Okay, the flag, you can find the flag by just unzipping the file, and the file is password protected, and you just have the password. You can just paste it and have the flag. Cut the flag, and you will find the flag. All right. RAR archives. What about RAR archives? So in the directory here we have a RAR archive, not zip one. So again, we have first to extract the hash from this file. Once we extract the hash with a tool called RAR to John, we extract the hash the same way we did with the zip file. All right. And then we use the same command to find the password. And this is the password. Now to unrar the file, you have to use a tool called unrar in Linux. If you don't have it, just use apt-get install unrar and you will be good to go. So unrar the file and you will find the unrar-x, sorry, and you will find the flag. So this is for task number 10. The last one, cracking an SSH key file. Suppose that you have achieved a foothold on a machine and you want to escalate your privileges. When you want to do that, you can just dump the SSH key of a specific user and then crack the SSH key in order to be able to log in. So the scenario here, you're given a private SSH key file. To crack the file and extract the password so you can log in, you can follow the same procedure we followed when we cracked the zip file and the RAR file. So first we have to extract the hash. We do that using a tool called SSH to John. Python SSH to John, specify the key file, and we specify a text file that will contain the hash. Next, we apply the John command to the hash file and we extract the password, which is mango. So that was for this room. I hope you find the room enjoyable and hopefully we see you in the next video.